Imagine walking into an untouched rainforest, bringing in a fleet of bulldozers and clearing every single tree, plant and animal just to catch a few wild chickens. It sounds absolutely insane, right? But out in our deep oceans, this exact process is happening every single day. Today, we're asking 3 massive, uncomfortable questions about the future of our oceans.
How do we, as South Florida coastal communities, build fair, financial transition paths for local fishers who rely on bottom trawling without completely abandoning our vital marine recovery goals?
Second, if we place strict bans on bottom-trawled seafood imports right here in Florida, do we run the ethical risks of simply outsourcing this destructive behavior to developing nations with much weaker environmental laws?
Our third question is this. Is industrial bottom trawling just destroying local habitats, or is dragging heavy metal equipment across the seabed actually disrupting global climate regulation? Let's dive in. Before we break down how bottom trawling works, take a look at this clip from the legendary National Geographic documentary Ocean, narrated by Sir David Attenborough. Watch closely as these heavy steel plates crash into the seafloor, kicking up choking clouds of sediment that drift for miles.
Few of us imagine this. From the surface, you would have no idea that this is happening. It has remained hidden from view until now. A modern industrial bottom trawler scours the ocean floor with a chain or metal beam, forcing anything it disturbs into the net behind. It smashes its way across the seabed, destroying nearly everything in its path, often on the hunt for just a single species. Almost everything else is discarded. Over 3/4 of a trawler's catch may be thrown away. It's hard to imagine a more wasteful way to catch fish. An area almost the size of the entire Amazon rainforest is trawled every year. And much of that seabed is ploughed again, over and over. This churning of the sediment unleashes vast amounts of carbon dioxide, which in turn contributes to the warming of our planet. The trawlers tear the seabed with such force that their trails of destruction can be seen from space. Very few places are safe from this, including almost nowhere in my own country.
What you just watched is industrial bottom trawling. So how exactly does this gear work? Bottom trawling is a large-scale industrial fishing method that scoops up everything in its path. Heavy metal plates called trawl doors, which weigh several tons, along with heavy steel rollers, are used to drag giant nets across the ocean floor. The goal is to catch creatures that live on or near the seabed, such as shrimp, cod, and rockfish. But as you saw in the National Geographic footage, the machinery is built like an underwater bulldozer. It completely flattens natural underwater rock formations and stirs up massive clouds of sediment. The damage happens in two ways. First, the heavy equipment crushes habitats that took centuries to form. Second, the sediment plumes choke small sea creatures that filter the water for food and can block sunlight from reaching marine plants and algae. The scale of the damage is devastating. Marine scientists estimate that bottom trawling destroys up to 90% of deep-sea coral reefs in areas where it occurs regularly. When these complex structures are scraped away, the ocean loses its nurseries, the safe habitats where juvenile fish shelter from predators. Without these habitats, entire marine food webs can be pushed toward collapse. But this isn't just an issue in distant international waters. These impacts can affect ecosystems much closer to home. I'll now hand it over to Michael.
Thanks, Stephen. It is so easy to watch nature documentaries and think these crises only happen thousands of miles away. But the reality is that destructive trawling directly threatens Florida's coastal waters, our state economy, and our local reef systems. For example, right off Florida's eastern continental shelf lies a unique marine sanctuary called the Oculina Banks. This system is home to Oculina varicosa, an incredibly rare, slow-growing, deep-water ivory coral. Unlike shallow water corals, deep-sea corals grow only a few millimeters per year. This means a complex coral reef structure that took hundreds of years to build can be reduced to rubble by a single pass of a commercial trawler net. When these Oculina reefs are destroyed, snappers and groupers lose their breeding grounds, leaving our regional marine ecosystems completely barren. This biological destruction feeds directly into South Florida's blue economy. Healthy reefs and marine habitats support recreational sport fishing, diving, and ocean tourism that could bring over $6 billion into our local economy every single year. Because trawling nets are completely unselective, they sweep up massive amounts of bycatch, including endangered sea turtles, sharks, and marine mammals, which are discarded dead or dying back into the ocean. By destroying local breeding grounds, trawling directly threatens the livelihoods of local Florida fishers. So, what can we actually do about this? Let's bring in Evelyn to walk us through the change-making options.
Thank you, Michael. Here at Miami-Dade College, the ICD change-making framework reminds us that we are not just passive observers of environmental damage. We are active, community-driven change-makers. We have identified 3 concrete pathways for student and local action. First, policy advocacy. We can support active campaigns like the Florida Key National Marine Sanctuary Restoration Blueprint, which advocates for strict marine zoning and protects local waters from commercial pier intrusions. Second, consumer power. We can change how we shop at supermarkets, like Publix. By consulting tools like the Monterey-based Seafood Watch, we can actively avoid deep-dwelling seafood, like orange roughy, and demand sustainably harvested choices. And third, civic action. We can use our digital platforms, just like we're doing with this video, to educate our peers, write to local representatives, and spread ocean awareness. Now, it's game time. We want to test your knowledge of our interactive challenge, trawl or truth. Look at the challenge statement on your screen. Trawling acts exactly like an agricultural plow. It aerates deep ocean sediment and actually increases the long-term biodiversity of seafloor species. Is this statement a destructive myth, trawl, or is it a scientific fact, truth? We're putting 5 seconds on the clock right now. Go ahead and drop your guess in the comment section below. If you commented trawl, you're 100% correct. Trawling does not help the seafloor. It permanently crushes slow-growing, complex structures that take millennia to recover. Let's move to our second challenge. Here's challenge statement 2. Stirring up the ocean floor through bottom trawling releases as much carbon dioxide into the global climate system as the entire global aviation industry. What do you think? Is this statement a myth, trawl, or is it a scientific fact, truth? Let's put another 5 seconds on the clock. Write your answer in the comments. This one sounds crazy, but it's actually truth. Recent scientific studies have calculated that disturbing ancient ocean sediments releases massive amounts of locked-up carbon, contributing directly to climate change on a scale that rivals global flight emissions. Amazing job to everyone playing along.